Well, hello friends, welcome back to OS Hacking. Today we are going to work on copy-paste stuff, and it's going to be about copying and pasting images. So I would like to have, copy-paste working for images, not just text. Today it only works for text. So in the Pixel Paint application, for example, it would be cool if we could, select a region of a layer, and copy that and then paste that as a new layer, for example. Or even just like copy a layer and paste that as a new layer. Also, it would be cool if we could, say, open an image here in File Manager. We would bring it up, I don't know, like the deck image for the solitaire game. And we could just press Control-C here, right, in the QuickShow application, and then paste that here. It would pop up as a layer. In fact, I think maybe that's the use case we should target. So let's set this up for ourselves. Let me just make sure that I'm clean. So we'll put some kind of image in our home directory. And let's grab a fun picture from the web. Cool picture. And we'll see what comes first. That is a very cool wolf. We are going to use that for sure. How do I get the thing? All right, here. Cool. JPEG. All right. So we're just going to put that in our home directory, and let me see if we can actually open that with our image decoders. I hope we can. We'll find out. So if we bring this up, cool JPEG is right here. And, oh, dang, we cannot open that. Okay. So JPEG decoder needs some more work. In the meantime, let's transcode it to a PNG. And you know what, maybe we'll make it a little smaller while we're at it. Just bring it down to a more reasonable size. Cool PNG then. PNG decoder is a bit more reliable, I would say. So, desktop, cool PNG, base home and on, and we'll get rid of the JPEG. All right, so a little bit of a rocky start, but not too bad. So, here we are, cool PNG. Weird effect when I hover, but that's not what we're here to work on right now. So, thing is, I want to Control-C here, make that copy, and then I want to be able to open up Pixel Paint and just paste as a new layer. This is our goal. So, I guess we'll start with the QuickShow application, which is the app that comes up when you open an image from File Manager. So it's where does it create its main widget? Main widget is a GUI widget, and then it has a QS widget in it. So it's kind of an old school naming scheme here before we started using namespaces. Should probably update that at some point. But anyway, the QS widget, the QuickShow widget, has some functionality, and I guess we should put some kind of action on it, or we can even do that in the QuickShow main, actually, because we were setting up all these other actions here, like delete, open, flip, rotate, stuff like that. Yeah, so it goes right here. Copy action. Common actions make copy action. And then we just need a nice little callback here. So, what are we going to do in this here callback? Guess we'll include GUI Clipboard, and then we will say something like GUI Clipboard the set data. And then we have to provide a MIME type. Or no, actually, we have to provide the data followed by a MIME type. So I guess we will just, this is kind of an awkward API actually. It takes a string view. I mean, this should really be read-only bytes instead, I guess. So maybe we'll just change that. Read-only bytes. We've only been using this for text so far, which is why it's kind of awkward. So this thing should really be a byte buffer, I guess. Now you don't really know, you have to look at the type to figure out what kind of data it is. But let's start by just tweaking this API to look like this instead. And maybe data type we should just rename to MIME type right away. Something like that, and yeah, data and type, MIME type. Is this used a lot? Not terribly much, so I think we can actually rename that to MIME type. Okay. Data and type. So this broke in File Manager, right? Because this is now mime type. And here, let's just turn this into a string right quick. Just adapting to the fact that these are now raw byte buffers instead of strings. So text, and here let's do something like text view maybe. Does that work? Can I do that? Bytes. It's kind of awkward. Copy text build view bytes. Yeah, we should probably have a convenience helper for that. Anyway, it's not the most important thing in the world. Here it should say MIME type. All right. And then text editor. Set data selected text. Oh, this thing has a bytes already, so I didn't need to do view.bytes. Just do build bytes. That's cool. Okay. What does this thing take? It takes a string view. Alright, so yeah, that'll work. Okay, then we have some stuff in terminal widget. Text.data and text size. Yeah. Bytes. A lot of, I mean, these are just simple mechanical changes, right? Like, no big deal. And then here, right, so we would want to grab the bitmap. So where do we have the bitmap? Now we're in QuickShow again. Actually, you know what? Let me complete that other change. We'll get rid of it or commit it instead of intertwining things here. So this is hex editor. Just more doing that. Ploop and ploop. Clipboard history. And it's called MIME type. Okay, yet more changes. just do something like, wait, data and type is byte buffer. Right. So byte buffer copy. So the clipboard mechanism is pretty copy heavy at the moment. It's not optimized to avoid copies, but I feel like that's not the end of the world. Data size. Something that we could improve though in the future. All right, come on now. We're almost there. Bytes and paste CPP. I guess renaming it to MIME type was maybe a bit gratuitous now that I think about it. Nah. I mean, I could have left it alone. Clipboard history model. All right, come on now. Come on now. Okay, so here is interesting. It's in the clipboard history applet. If the MIME type starts with text slash, then we show the text that's copied. Otherwise, we show this. So this is kind of already set up for images a little bit. To string. We should probably have a convenience helper for this, actually, now that I think about it. Set data. We could even have something like set plain text. Right. Text bytes. I mean, that would work. And then I was in tab CPP. That's actually kind of a nice API. Set plain text. Yeah. This is a good API, actually. Should have had that all along. So let's see where I could have used this. Not this one, because it has a custom MIME type. But these guys could just be set plain text. Instead of setting raw data. Definitely text editor cut can definitely use set plain text because that's exactly what we're doing. Set plain text. See, like a nicer API evolves immediately for once. That's really cool. Okay, and this one uses custom MIME type, so let's just leave that alone. And in QuickShow, let's see. Okay, so lib GUI, or we can say like clipboard change lib GUI, make the clipboard API take a read-only bytes or deal in raw byte buffers a bit more to open up for putting not just text, plain content on the clipboard. Let's make the GUI clipboard API a bit more raw data friendly. All right, so that's just like opening the door for this. And then we'll just bring that patch back in that we had there. All right, so in QuickShow now that we can call set data with arbitrary data, because it takes read-only bytes. So let's take the image from the QuickShow widget, which is, I guess it's widget is the name of it. So we have something like widget, bitmap. You know what? Let's do something like this. Set bitmap. If widget bitmap, yeah, and then we'll have an API on GUI clipboard for this. Otherwise, we don't want to have to deal with this in every application that wants to set a bitmap. Obviously, we should have a helper. So it should be something like bitmap. And we'll definitely put that out of line. Okay, so clipboard set bitmap. Okay. So what are we going to do for the format here? We need to have a serialized format for the bitmap. At this point, it would be kind of handy if we had, because currently we only have like a raw byte buffer and the MIME type. It would be cool if we had like a little dictionary to go along with this, because that dictionary could store stuff like, you know, width, height, bit depth, stuff like that. And we wouldn't have to confuse it with the raw pixel bytes. Maybe a dictionary would be a good thing. Let's see, it could be empty by default. So let's see about clipboards. At the same time, there's kind of a niceness to having everything in a blob. What's nicer? It's nicer to have a dictionary. Get clipboard data. BC dictionary. Metadata. Let's call it metadata, yeah. Okay. And then when you fetch, or when you set a bitmap, what we'll do is, wait, what's going on here? Clipboard, we want to, essentially we want to do is set data. We just want to set it up correctly. So set data needs a new thingy here. This is essentially the format of the metadata. And I guess for that we need to include hash map. Yeah. Data and okay. Okay, data and type and metadata, maybe. I don't know. Well, we can leave the name of that thing alone for now, but essentially we want to broadcast this everywhere, so you know what, let's not edit the API yet. Let's see, okay. So here this guy will take when we send the message, we'll have IPC dictionary. I feel like there should be a convenience constructor, because IPC dictionary internally is just this. So we could even have like hash map string. We'll call it like initial entries. Yeah, like that. And then you'll be able to construct it with one of these things. It's kind of handy. Okay, and here, metadata. Get clipboard data response. Okay, get clipboard data. Wait, where are we? Client connection. Clipboard, client connection. 95. Oh, here, right. We have to include the storage metadata as well when we are responding to a clipboard data response. So now we're in the clipboard server. And where's the storage? This is the storage inside the clipboard server. So currently it only stores the MIME type, a shared buffer, and the actual data size of what's in the shared buffer. So now we'll just add here a key value store with metadata, hash map, all right, string metadata, and I think, yeah, there we go. It's just a matter of plumbing this through everywhere, but it shouldn't be too complicated, I think. Okay, so let me just void this out. It's a little bit of plumbing work here, but I feel like I really think this is going to make it easier to deal with the rest if we can just set key values with all the things that we care about. Otherwise we would have to create like a buffer and then stream like a header into it, and it would become like an exercise in like writing out a like a PNG file or something like that, which is not necessarily terrible, but it is kind of nice to be able to pass metadata along with the raw data. Okay, anyway, let's see. So this builds, that's good, and still in QuickShow we don't care about that, so GUI, libipc and services, clipboard, add a key value metadata store alongside the clipboard storage. Key value map, alongside the clipboard storage. A clipping now consists of 3 things. The raw clip data, a MIME type, a key value, string for anything you like. Yes. So let's just verify that basic copy pasting still works. Seems to work. That's good. Copy URL. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, so we're good. Now we just need to actually do this bitmap thing. Finally. So we'll set bitmap. Get the raw data of the bitmap. Do something like this. Read all or can do it like this. Bitmap size in bytes. Okay. And this will be image slash, I don't know, Serenity OS. But this doesn't really matter right now. It doesn't have to be a proper MIME type. It just has to be something we can recognize. I know that there's some way you're supposed to specify like vendor specific stuff, so you can look that up later. But right now, let's just do this. Maybe X dash just to make it look cool. And then the metadata. So the metadata is going to be a hash map, string. Okay, so what do we put in here? Metadata set. Width. Bitmap width. So we have to stringify this, so it'll be a little bit chunky, but it should also be pretty straightforward. So height, and really what we want to do here is the bitmap format. So format. And we'll turn that into an int. We can actually even include the BPP, even though it's not necessarily useful on the other side. It's still kind of nice if you see the output. So let's see if all of that works. Oh, wait, hold on. Press Control-C. We're copying something that's a megabyte with the right MIME type. We don't dump out the metadata key values here. Maybe we should do that. Would be kind of cool. Storage set data. Right. So here we can include this. So. I don't know, just something like key value. Okay, so this is the Clipboard server telling us that it has received a clipping with this metadata dictionary on side. Very good. So, I guess now we just need to be able to paste that into Pixel Paint. So how the heck do we do that? Let's make a paste. Let's make paste create a new layer as the initial mode. So So we need to set up an action. I guess in the edit menu will be fine. So edit menu. Add action. And here we'll just grab GUI common actions, make paste action. Right. And where do we create the new layer? Do we have the editor here? Image editor, yes. So, do we have we have add layer? No, how do we add layer? I don't remember exactly the architecture of Pixel Paint. So let's see. We have an image object, and there's an add layer. Okay. So we need to construct a layer, like so, Pixel Paint layer, create with size, and then we can access the layer's bitmap and do something to it. So that should be fine. So let's see. Image. We'll assert that we have an image at this point. Okay, so image, add layer. At this point, we'll move the layer we've created, I guess. Okay. So layer is Pixel Paint layer, create with size. Okay, so first thing we got to do now is we got to look at what's on the clipboard. Clipping, let's say. So this will be the GUI clipboard clipping. Let's see, GUI clipboard that's the data and type. Should probably rename that, like we were saying earlier. Okay, so if clipping MIME type is not image x Serenity OS, then this is not a compatible paste. We can't paste this. So really we shouldn't even have the paste action be enabled at this point, but we can leave that alone for now. So for now we'll just return. Okay, maybe we'll debug log something like cannot paste MIME type into this application. Yeah. All right, and then clipping metadata. Well, we should really fetch out these things before, I guess. So width is clipping metadata get width value, or let's do something like this maybe, to uint if width has value, if no width doesn't have value, or width value is 0, will fail. Yeah, so it's a little bit so-so, but it's also not the worst. And we also need the format. All right. And then with all this information, we should be able to construct a bitmap. So we'll do something like clipping bitmap. This should probably be a convenience API, actually. We'll do that in a moment, but let's just make it work first. So bitmap is, or clipping bitmap was a fine name. So we make a wrapper, because we don't need to, we only need a read-only wrapper here around the pixel data. So then we create an int size with width and height. And actually, I guess I have to do it that way. And we need to pass in the data. So clipping data. Wait, why is this so? Why is it upset at me? Cannot convert an optional unsigned int to bitmap format. Oh, that's my bad. Format value. Right. Pitch. Oh, we need a pitch as well. Okay. All right. All right. So for now, let's just assume that, or I guess we can pass the pitch along. It's not going to hurt us. So pitch. Since it's just a matter of extracting the pitch as well. Pitch. Okay. All right. Pitch value. And finally, he expects an RGBA 32 star. Okay. Create with size. Image editor image. The size is the clipping bitmap size. The name will be pasted layer. All right, and oh, I guess, can this fail? I guess this can fail. Yes. All right, so layer release non-null. Feeling optimistic here, we'll see. Okay, so I've copied this, and it made a pasted layer. Looks to be the right size. Actually, it would be nice if we would show the sizes here somewhere. In pixels. So let's see. We need to actually transfer the actual raw pixel data. So what would be the cheesiest, easiest way to do that? Maybe like, yeah, let's just do this in the cheesy, easy way. Clipping bitmap. Since we don't know the format of the incoming bitmap, we'll do it this way, the most generic way possible. Pixel is clipping bitmap get pixel at xy, and layer bitmap set pixel xy pixel. All right, we've copied it. And we pasted something. It's right here. Oh, and it didn't show up right away, but we can fix that. But it works. That's so cool. Let's put it underneath some stuff. Very, very rad. Make some cool modifications here. As you can see, I'm quite the artist. All right. You know, maybe the zoom should use bigger numbers when we are more zoomed in. I'm not exactly sure. The wheel zoom doesn't feel exactly right. It feels like it's like not zooming enough. I guess it's because it's linear, right? Anyway, so let's extract this into a helper function in GUI Clipboard, because I don't want to have to do this whenever I'm pasting an image somewhere. So I want to have something in the GUI Clipboard API, just like we have set bitmap. So we could have graphics, graph putter, graphics, bitmap, bitmap maybe, or yeah, let's do it that way. And it can return null if there is no bitmap. So, and then you get ownership of this bitmap. So the clipboard is not going to hang on to this for you, because that would just complicate the clipboard class. So you get a bitmap, it gets instantiated on the fly. So let's see, we'll do all of this. Here, so fail, 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 and fail. And yeah, we'll just do that. Okay, and of course we don't have to call data and type like that. We can just look at our, what do we have? Actually, where's it stored? Oh, we have to call data and type. Data and type. So in our case, though, now we don't want to make a wrapper anymore. We have to create a full image. So create maybe the best thing to do here is let's create like a full 32-bit image for now. Because I'm thinking, like, is it useful to copy like this palette images? Maybe it is. But for now, let's just simplify things by always copying 32-bit. So, wait, what are you upset about? Too many arguments to function call. Oh yeah, right, because I'm just calling create now. So it needs the format and the size. Yes, okay. And then, oh, we needed that wrapper temporarily, and we just need to copy over into it. So wait, I already have these functions, maybe. Yeah. So the new bitmap we create, let's just bitmap format RGBA32. It'll just be easier. Okay, and then we'll do this thing. Bitmap. Okay, and here, layer, we could have a layer that takes a bitmap when you construct it, create with bitmap, and then we'll use the provided bitmap. Yeah, that'll be good. So layer, create with bitmap. And of course, if it's too large, we don't like it. If it's too small, we don't like it. So we gotta have those same checks. And otherwise, return adopt new layer with image, bitmap, and name. And then we need a constructor here that simply does not instantiate the new bitmap, but instead just uses the existing one that we provide. So something like this. Cool. So what do we call here now in the paste actions? What we do is we call bitmap is GUI clipboard the bitmap. If no bitmap, nothing we can do. But otherwise, we will call create with bitmap Cool. Okay, we need to fix that thing. It works, that's great. We just need to make it update the UI when we paste something so that it shows up right away. So add layer should probably cause a UI update. Did modify layer stack, calls did change. Wait, but add layer surely needs to call did modify layer stack. We have did add layer. Who listens for that? Okay, I'm just gonna did modify layer stack. These notifications here in the Pixel Paint app, I kind of like them, but it's a little bit confusing sometimes because we have these notifications that overlap. Like, yes, you added a new layer, but you also modified the layer stack. So should you fire both? And yeah, you should. All right, so no, now it doesn't want. What did I do wrong? Copy. It is copied, for sure. Oh, and it works. Okay, so maybe I was holding some key wrong. Okay, look at that. We have so many of them. Very cool. Let's just spam paste them. Watch that memory usage shoot up. Okay, that works. And we can remove active layers. So let's remove some layers here. See if they get deallocated based on the picture up here. It looks pretty good. Yeah, they're being deallocated. Very nice. It's a bit annoying that like if I delete a layer, then there's no selected layer anymore, so I can't just spam Control D. But that part works. That's really nice. And let's see, if we just spam Control C here, does memory usage shoot up? It does. I don't like that. Why is that happening, I wonder? Who's holding on to these? The clipboard history. Ooh, this guy right here. I guess he doesn't really have limits. That makes sense. He just sees clippings, and he will hold on to them forever. Not super great. Let's see. We should probably put a cap on him. So first thing is we'll add this API. This one can go in the previous commit, actually. Okay, so git add libgui, add a clipboard API for retrieving copied graphics bitmap. The returned bitmap is always going to be a 32-bit RGBA bitmap for now. In the future, we may want to support copy pasting other formats. Okay, and then in QuickShow, that's a very, very tidy change right here we ended up with. If there's a bitmap, then we just set the bitmap on the clipboard. Very good. Put GUI. Oh no, QuickShow. Allow copying the current bitmap to the clipboard. Okay. And pixel paint. Allow pasting a copied bitmap as a new layer. Okay, very cool. So, let's see. See what that looks like here. Just says paste. I mean, that works, right? Pixel paint main. We could fix that up so that it only enables the action if it makes sense. Paste. So paste action. Wait, does this return the action? No, it doesn't. Okay. Let's see. GUI clipboard down on change. So here what we get is the MIME type that's now on the clipboard. So we can do something easy here, like if MIME type equal to image x around US, then paste action set enabled. Actually, let's just do it this way. And on startup, we'll do It's kind of sad how redundant this is, like the fact that we have to register an on change, but we also have to query the clipboard MIME type on startup just so that the initial state of the paste action is correct. Maybe it will be a good thing if the clipboard state, clipboard MIME type would be broadcast to newly launched applications. I don't know if that makes sense. It doesn't have to be broadcast. It could be something that we automatically query also in libgui. I don't know. So right now, there's nothing to paste. Action is not enabled. Go here, and we copy something. The action is now enabled. Cool. And then let's copy some text. action is no longer enabled. Okay, that's great. Pixel paint. Update. Paste action enabled state based on clipboard. This action should only be enabled when there's a pastable bitmap on the system clipboard. Oops. Alright. So let's go look at the clipboard history widget. So how does this work again? So this is an applet that Sergey implemented. And I don't remember how it works, so we have to go and look. It's seems like the model keeps track of them, the clipboard history model. Okay. Yes, he has a history items vector, and then add item, and then it just prepends. Okay. So here we can just put a limit here. Let's limit it to 20 clippings, just because. So size D, max history, the history limit, start at 20. Okay. Then in the future we could maybe make this configurable, I don't know, but for now 20 seems reasonable. So if, or let's say if m history items size is equal to m history limit, then m history items take last, and then prepend. Okay, so if I open this thing up now and then spam Control-C, it should go up for a while, but then stop. Yeah, because this thing is now capped. So that's good. That is really good. And you know, here we could actually show something a bit more interesting. We could show like it's a 600 by 440 image, for example. So let's see if we can do that. Clipboard history. Cap the history 20 entries for now. Now that we can copy bitmaps, we need some kind of cap here, or memory usage quickly skyrockets. Let me add to that actually. Perhaps this could probably be improved, made adaptive somehow. This is just a simple hard cap for now. Okay. So let's improve the display here a little bit, because I feel like it's not enough that it only shows this. It would be cool if it also showed some more stuff. Maybe the size of the clipping would be interesting as well. So we can just add some columns here. Size. And let's see. So the size would be the data and type data size. That's easy, but let's still show it. Actually, do we have human readable size? Yes, we do. So let's see what this looks like. Yeah, see, 1 megabyte. That's interesting information, right? And then I copy some text here, and it's 9 bytes. Much less heavy. Okay, good. So, clipboard history, show the size of each membered clipping. Remember clipping, right? And then this thing right here, I feel like this is the one we can do better. So if data and type, line type. Then we know that we can look at the metadata. So let's make a string builder. And then actually, I guess we can use appendf here. So wait. Data and type, metadata, get width, value, or we'll just do this. Yeah. Height. Oh, and here we'll show the BPP. Yes. Turn builder to string. Bitmap. Yeah. Okay, so what does that show? That's pretty cool, right? I guess we could show it within something like this. But generally, or actually I like those better. Yeah, that's really, really nice. And if I double click on that, it's supposed to copy it again, but it seems to mess it up. Oh, because it doesn't transfer the metadata. Interesting. Okay, so we can fix that. Clipboard history. Show bitmap metadata for bitmap clippings. Yes. Okay. We need to, when we double click something on this model, right? So clip history main on activation. So it just calls set data, but it forgets to pass along the metadata. Right? So purpose of this is so that you can sort of re-copy something that was copied in the past by just clicking on it here. And that should work. Now if we double click, yes. Let's see that it actually copies it properly as well. If I paste it, it totally works. Super cool. Okay, so clipboard history. Copy metadata when reusing a historical clipping. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for today's video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching and for hanging out. I hope that you saw something interesting here. I think personally this is pretty interesting stuff, and it's some nice features to have in the system. Finally, we can paste things into Pixel Paint. I should also make it copy stuff, but gotta start somewhere. So yeah, I hope you found it interesting, and I will see you next time.